Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, once again to Shiminator Productions. I am, of course, your host, James Shimo himself, and I am joined, as always, by my co-host, the one and only Mr. Ryan Payne. Ryan, what's going on, bud?
I'm fantastic, actually. Regardless of what time it is for me, I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah, same here. And ladies and gentlemen, this is it. Now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. And yes, we bring this up because it is definitively, as the title of the episode states, the series finale of WandaVision. Just in case you weren't sure that this was going to be a one and done, Kevin Feige's pretty much confirmed it right there. And the episode clocks in at right about 50 minutes, including the credits. So I don't know if they're going to be able to get everything out of this and satisfy all of our questions in that amount of time, man. I just don't know. But it's been a hell of a ride.
Yeah. To me personally, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go for it.
I was going to say, honestly, I'm not looking for any answering of questions at this point. I want to see how they're going to finish up the story. I mean, I understand there's still a couple of things people are going to wonder. But to me, if they were planning on answering questions, this would be maybe more of this wouldn't be a one-off series. I kind of like the fact we'll still have a couple of unanswered questions by the end of this whole thing. To me, this journey that we've had with Wanda so far, that to me has been the important part of this whole story. Ever since those first two episodes came out of the black and white, like what the hell? Ever since all of our reactions have been, what the hell is going on? To what is happening? To why is this happening? To now, I want to see. I hope everything resolves very well for Wanda. And the only thing that makes me wonder is that what's the fate of Vision, both Soul Vision and now the newly created White Vision, and then her children, Billy and Tommy.
Yeah, that is going to be a big question for everybody going into this episode, because we know that the Vision that is within the Hex is not comprised of the actual Vision's body like Hayward said it was. He's a lion sack of shit. But then again, I think we kind of figured that out. But we have obviously two Visions getting ready to go head to head in this episode. What happens to both of them, we don't know. A lot of people are speculating that White Vision is going to end up becoming a reincarnated Ultron of some kind. I don't buy into that theory near as much, but it's possible.
It wouldn't surprise me, because I know in the comics there has been times where Vision in certain stories has been responsible for resurrecting or reviving or bringing Ultron back. And it would be a great tie back to Infinity War, to where Bruce had said that his Matrix is comprised of Jarvis, Ultron, the Stone, Bruce, and Tony. So it really wouldn't surprise me that a part of Ultron would show up. Especially when some people's theories are saying that once the White Vision went back online, it was looking at its left hand, which they also tied back to Age of Ultron, to where the last drone of Ultron was missing the left arm. So I mean, I kind of like those little tie-ins, those little surprise theories.
All right, sounds good, Weston. Pop it in and out, no problem. But yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting. It'll be curious. Shimo in the weekend. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be an interesting ride to see where this finishes up. And yes, being that we know that the Vision that Wanda's been with the whole time is basically a construct of the Hex, which is why he can't leave. What is ultimately going to be his fate by the time this series is done? What does that mean for Tommy and Billy, since they are, obviously products of Wanda and that, construct Vision? Are they in jeopardy of going away once this is done? Is Agatha on her own in this? Is she being, manipulated? Except whatever else is going on. I don't know. And that's the thing. I like the fact that I have no idea how this is going to finish. Now, the director has come out and said that this finale is going to disappoint a lot of people simply because it's not going to reflect a lot of their fan theories. And you know what? Fine. I don't care. I have not been, you know me, I am not one of the ones to buy into fan theories, to make a ton of speculation. I am perfectly content to let the showrunners and let the people who make this program tell me the story that they want to tell me. I have never been one of those ones who have been, oh, if my fan theory doesn't pan out, then this movie sucks. Like, that's not me.
Yeah, there's a lot of
That's never been me. It's sad that now content creators and showrunners and things like that have to now contend with shit like that because it's entirely unfair to them. To it, so it's.
And I can agree with you.
Okay, I mean, I can buy the 2 credit scenes, but I don't know
what he's talking about. I know he's talking about because there's this image that posted up online of, I think through, I forgot what it was, but it was showing like this little scheduling of all comic related episodes, and it said between the week, it said next week before Falcon Winter Soldier that there was going to be a 10th WandaVision episode.
We'll see how that.
I understand where he's coming from that. I don't want to buy into it because what's the whole point of them saying that there's 9 episodes and all of a sudden reveal a secret 10th one? It's just more, if there's going to be 10, just come out and say it.
Right. Yeah. I'm not buying into that. I'm just, but in any case, so last episode, we got a lot of backstory, a lot of exposition thrown at us, which was good. I mean, to finally we've heard so much about Wanda's backstory with Sokovia and whatnot, but to actually see what was going on and to really see what she went through when that bombing hit, when her parents were killed, and what was going on with Pietro, and then to see the Mind Stone reacting to her. Like, a lot of people are saying, they didn't directly say that Wanda had powers prior to coming into contact with the Mind Stone. It's just that Agatha heavily implies it. And you're right, they don't directly say that. But the question is then begged. Why did the Mind Stone react to her the way that it did? And again, the big question with that is, did it do that for every test subject that Hydra brought in, or was it just Wanda? If it was just Wanda, then it could indicate that, she did have quote-unquote mutant powers prior to the events of Age of Ultron. But again, they have left that up in the air. They have not definitively said that yet, so we will see what happens.
Yeah, like I do agree. It is Agatha that's mainly doing the implying. She's the one trying to put the piece together, because also it leads the question of Pietro as well, because he was also experimented on, and the fact that he and Wanda were the only 2 survivors of those experiments does lead to the notion that these 2 may have latent abilities that the Mind Stone was able to enhance and bring out, while some of the other the volunteers who died, could be as if possibly the Mind Stone, when it presented itself to them, they may have died due to overexposure, or their bodies were unable to handle the power.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, there's any number of explanations. I mean, let's face it, Pietro getting his speed could have been a thing of something that he had laying dormant, because we saw in the flashback, he had a lot of energy. He was very loud. He was very excitable. So that would, in my opinion, translate to super speed, because he's got way too much energy. So I could see it happening. But again, until we get definitive yay or nay on that, we have no way of really knowing. So all we can do is speculate. And again, speculation is fine, just as long as you don't try to turn your opinions into fact. So in any case, but then of course we got more information on the Hydra experiments, like I was saying before, what happened there. Then we moved to the scene. I think it was a scene almost directly after Age of Ultron. Pietro had just died. Vision's in there trying to comfort Wanda. I'm sorry, the best line of the series, if not the best line in the entire MCU. What is grief if not love persevering? I'm like, that Kevin Feige, beautiful bastard. Like that's an awesome line.
Yeah, 100%. Not just great, but it also solidifies the wisdom and the wisdom of Vision. I mean, sure,
Mhm.
that best line. It also ties back to Age of Ultron. That best line to where Ultron criticized Vision like you're unbearably naive, and he's like, "Well, I was born yesterday," and it's just more like, yeah, he's a new model, and at the same time, he's incorporated with the Mind Stone, meaning that he has this untapped but also limitless wisdom within him to where he wants to understand humanity, but it's not something to where he's questioning it. He's just more of, I see why everything is beautiful. Like he says, something's beautiful not because it lasts, but because it ends. And then it translates to what Wanda. And then I love how Wanda, she took that to heart and how it brought her back and developed this little relationship with him. Of course, in Civil War, it's not there yet, but it's teased. But now with WandaVision touching back into that, it now takes those movies, makes a nice connecting bridge to where we see them in Infinity War, to where when we get that moment where Wanda goes to Westfield with that plot. They really
Yes.
during those two. It even expands more on the 2 years in between Civil War and Infinity War to where they were breaking protocol with Tony, to where Vision was like, I can't have a life outside of this. To where he really saw a future with Wanda.
Yeah.
It's really heartbreaking.
Yeah, it was very heartbreaking, but at the same time, we get, everything that went down, with that plot of land and the little heart that says to grow old, and I'm just like, Vision, you were too good for this world. Why? Just why are you so pure? And considering where he started, and what he started from, how did you end up this good and this pure? Like you should not be possible, man. But yeah, that's when, of course, Wanda hits her breaking point. The hex power, the chaos magic, as Agatha called it, went overboard. And now we got the entire Westview anomaly, the entire hex. Vision is literally produced from within Wanda via her chaos magic, which is interesting, though, because the magic kind of differentiates when it goes to Vision. It starts off red inside of Wanda as it arcs out, but then it changes to a yellow color as Vision starts being put together. Now, whether that's a result of the particular spell that was being cast, or that's got some other kind of significance, maybe like a piece of Wanda's soul or some other soul was made in order to was used in order to make Vision. Who knows? I've got a feeling we're going to find out in this episode one way or the other. And then, yes, Agatha, it reveals herself in her true witchy form, which the costume looks great. She's got Billy and Tommy strung up and basically says, I know what you are. You're supposed to be a myth. You're not supposed to be real. You've been using chaos magic, and that makes you the uncontested Scarlet Witch. We finally got the name drop, of course, now that Fox has been bought. They have the legal right to say it, and that is where we leave off. And then, of course, post-credit scene, Hayward, that absolute bell end, as our British compatriots would say. He's been working behind the scenes. He got a sample of Wanda's magic, courtesy of that drone she messed with, and they used that chaos magic to bring the actual Vision's body back online. All white Vision with the white eyes, just this, absolutely soulless look on his face. Yeah. And that is where we find ourselves now.
That episode also illuminates so much on Hayward. His actions since the start. Like that drone, like it's clear that with, especially with the fourth episode, when he was able to surmise, like really tack on to what Darcy was saying about the CBRM energy inside, that when he left, that does seem to me like he had not knowing that he had Vision's body the whole time. It did seem to me that's that's what felt to me why he fucking left in that episode 4. He had to construct his narrative in order to get people to follow behind him, because he knew if any chance of Monica, who was still inside, came out, he would need to find a way to make sure to keep her in line. But Monica, the no nonsense, not taking any shit person that she is, was able to see through most of that shit. Of course, she's still under the impression that that's the Vision's body in there, but she does know that Hayward is definitely, without doubt, up to no good. And even then,
we kind of saw that. I'm sorry to cut you off here, but when you see that flashback when Wanda goes to Sword headquarters, right? He's been scheming even since then, because when he realizes that she's there, wait a second, maybe I can use this to my advantage. Maybe I show her the body. Maybe she can do what I haven't done in the last number of years, try to get this bad boy to wake up. And you can see it when he says, not everyone has the power to bring their soulmate back online. Sorry, back to life. And she's like, well, no, I can't do that. And then when he lets her get close to it and actually touch it and try to use her hex abilities to sense him, he's like, come on, this is what I need. This is what you want. You want to bring him back. I'm giving you the opportunity to do it, so do it. Yeah. And she doesn't. She doesn't take the bait, and I think that's what pissed him off more than anything.
Yeah, that's why I love that line. She says, I can't feel you. It's more like, even if she did bring him back online, she knew deep down it's not going to be her Vision.
Exactly. She recognized that. And again, that line just hurts so much, because you remember like the two lines that Wanda and Vision shared in Infinity War. When he asked, I can't make sense of this thing right now. It's trying to tell me something. I just don't know what. Tell me what you feel. And she goes, I just feel you. And then when she's getting ready to tear it out of his head and make it explode, he goes, it's all right. I just feel you. And it's just, so powerful. All right. I would say nope. Don't even say it, Weston. We are getting ready to watch right now.
I don't know what you're going to do, Weston. I know you want to set up that little heartbreak. You mostly saw it before we did. And anyone else that's definitely going to be joining, please reminder, we're watching this live. So you guys,
this is the first time watching.
Please,
we are watching it live. No spoilers, please. Just let us enjoy it. If you're watching ahead of us, that's fine. We do not begrudge you that one bit. I know you guys are looking forward to seeing our reactions, but let those reactions be pure, please.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Without any further ado, let us jump into this. It's been a hell of a ride, Ryan. Let's see how this finishes. In 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, we'll finally get a call back to what was going on with Monica.
Oh. What the heck? Are you seeing anything? Because I'm not seeing anything.
Yeah, I'm seeing, it's just showing where, now we're getting a recap of the last episode and all the stuff that went down. So is your picture not coming up?
Yeah, my picture's not coming through.
Uh-oh. All right, hang on, I'll pause.
Right,
I'm about 43 seconds in. It's okay. Technical difficulties are a thing. We know this. We know this to be true. So, all right. So if you need to boot it up on your laptop instead of your console, maybe that's something to think about.
Most likely, or I just need to maybe shut this down. Yeah, I'll boot this up on my laptop for backup, but just in case, I'm like, you gotta be kidding
just
me.
keep working what you got. Like I said, I'm paused at about 43 seconds in, so we'll hang tight. Sorry, guys. Like I said, technical difficulties are a thing in live entertainment, unfortunately.
Yeah, and it sucks too because this was just getting good. I mean, we just had our discussion, and all of a sudden, it's like, no, I'm not going to work for you now. Like, you kidding me?
Yeah.
It was like our last episode. It was like one of our previous episodes where I had it on my laptop, and then all of a sudden, it's like, yeah, no.
Yeah. Although I don't remember, was that a WandaVision episode or was that a Mandalorian episode?
I think it was a WandaVision episode. Yeah. No, actually, it was episode 4. To think about.
Oh, yeah. I remember that now.
I mean, luckily, it was just only 30 minutes around that time, so we didn't have to miss much. Right. But
yeah.
All right.
But yeah, literally, we're just getting a recap where Monica tells Wanda, "Don't let Hayward make you the villain." And she goes, "Maybe I already am." That's about as far in as I am right now.
All right. Okay, here we go. WandaVision. All right. Resume. Wow. You have got to be kidding me.
What's the matter? Your internet crapping out on you?
No, my internet is fine. I think it's just the Disney Plus on my console.
Yeah, I mean that could be it. Because you're using a Xbox One or a 360.
No, it's the Xbox One.
Oh,
I don't know if it's the last episode or because so far I'm touching on one of the previous episodes. It looks like it's working, but when I'm trying to go with the last episode, all of a sudden I'm getting.
Say you're cutting it out.
Looks like it's coming back now.
Okay, it's coming back. All right. Are you getting a picture this time?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so I'll give you till about 43 seconds in. Okay. So let me know when you're about.
I paused at 11 seconds.
Okay, keep going. I'm at 43. So
43 seconds. Okay.
Yeah, I'm 43 seconds in, so just let it roll, and then when you get to 43, just tell me when.
Okay, here we go. All right, it's playing here. All right. 37 seconds. 41, 42. Pause at 43.
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, and go. 1.
Here we go.
There we go. All right. Let's see what they've got in store for us.
All right, and just a reminder, just to anybody joining on, we are watching this live. This isn't like a rewatch, or like we watched it at midnight. No, we're watching this completely live right now.
Yep, it's completely. This is first watch through for both of us. What up, Jared? Good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Hello, Jared.
All right, here we go.
All right, showdown.
All right, picking up right where we left off. Sweet.
Ooh.
Ooh, good shot.
Okay. Yep, kids got the
All right, kids are out of the way. So we got ourselves a witch battle. She's absorbing it.
From the undeserving?
Interesting. Oh, no. Oh,
man.
She's got some kind of necrotic damage going on there for the D&D fans out there. She's just like, forget you, lady. I think that says it all. Yeah. Say Buick to the face kind of tells you all you need to know, doesn't it?
But your hand hasn't changed yet. It still has that degrading. Oh, come on!
That's funny.
Oh, distraction!
That's the Wizard of Oz right there. Behind you.
Oh no!
It's light vision. Oh shoot! It's not your vision.
He's inside. Oh, her axe is popping in.
No.
Left. Damn, look
Oh,
at
no.
it. Oh, no, 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 no.
He's going to start strangling her.
Oh, oh!
Whoa. Pop her head like a grape. Oh, Vision. Where's the actual Vision? Well, you know what I mean.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, there's Vision. Oh.
There's the real one. There we go. Well, real one. You know what I mean. And no, I'm not talking about Enzo Amore. Jesus.
Wait.
Oh, look at her arm, dude.
Uh-oh. Here he comes.
Oh, boy. I think you're a little bit ahead of me, but that's okay.
Oh. I can.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Leave it. Because usually I'm the one ahead of you because of the lag between us.
Oh, damn, man.
Jeez. Here we go. See, here's what they need to do. Vision needs to fight Agatha, while Wanda needs to fight White Vision because Agatha's going to just keep siphoning her power. Like, look at that left arm, dude.
Uh-oh, she's stuck inside.
Oh, boy. I like how that room is almost set up nearly identical to how his basement was set up in X-Men.
Ooh.
Ow.
Well, we do know what Monica's going to be doing now. She's going to have to deal with him.
She's going to be dealing with Pietro.
Oh.
Oof.
Yep. Yep.
No. Ugh.
Damn, man.
Jeez. This is some Dragon Ball Z level crap, man. Jeez. This is awesome.
Oh.
We got the 2 vibranium signatures.
Oh.
Ah, hell.
Ooh.
I'm gonna say he's buying time.
See.
You're a
cute
dick.
I'm convinced. The trouble is, my friend wants it. Probably have something to say about your plan. When they arrive inside the house. You're bluffing.
Am
Am I?
We saw him pick up that phone. I'm betting he dialed a number.
Oh. Nice.
There we go. Get a safety pin.
I'm loving this movement.
There we go. Flourish. Nice. I love that callback. That's good. Yep, he's making a call.
James Wu. Hey, I've got a situation and I was hoping to get here. Inside the hour?
All right, Jimmy's got moves.
Yeah, he was able to make a bluff. Man, will everyone else be aware?
Look, everybody's just ignoring what she's doing.
Is she gonna? Well, she can't drop it, honestly, because then.
No, not right now, anyway. Yeah.
Oh,
there's Herb. There's Dennis.
Wait, he's just a messenger? Whoa.
Oh, there's Agatha.
Wanda has to kick it.
There it is. So that book was the Darkhold.
Yeah. Ooh.
There it is.
A witch is not born, she is forged.
Forged.
She has no covenant, no need for incantation. I'm not a witch. I don't cast spells. No one taught me magic. Your power exceeds that of the Sorcerer Supreme.
And there's Doctor Strange.
To destroy the world. I'm not what you say I am. Oh, really?
Uh-oh. What's she doing now?
Dottie.
Dottie.
Wanda? Dottie. My name is Sarah. I have a daughter. She's 8. She brings me friends with your stories. If you like the storyline, or just go believe it. Really anything. If you could just let them in the room, please.
This is what you've been doing, Wanda.
Cut whose strings?
She's she's letting everybody out. She's doing what Vision was doing.
Oh, shit.
Turning the entire town against her. And then we cut to this.
What is this stuff?
This is my man cave. Place to relax, you know, while the missus is here in my trouble.
The missus. Okay, so he's got something to do with.
Oh, what's that thing?
She's got something to do with Agatha. Is that Ralph? Ah.
You do. You're Ralph. How is she controlling you?
Want to tussle again?
Say, try using your powers there, Monica.
There you go.
Oh, nice.
She's feisty.
There it is.
Oh, she's.
That makes sense.
Nice to meet you, Ralph.
There it is. She's broken that spell.
That's how she gave him Quicksilver's abilities.
Mm-hmm.
There are the boys.
What's wrong?
Uh-oh.
Go, dear mother.
My voice when I speak, I try to resist you, but now I can't remember why. Do you?
My husband Thomas is oh no, not to come back here.
The boys, they're going to do something.
You're all going to be fine.
You and this snake. We have your nightmares.
I kept you safe in here. You feel at peace.
No.
You feel your grief is poisoning us.
Jeez.
Oh,
The
no.
ramifications of what she's been doing have finally caught up with her.
Where are the boys? They got to hurry.
And again, oh man, Wanda, come on. Wanda, stop.
It's her power.
She can't control it. That's the problem.
Just let us die. I will let you go.
She realizes what she's done.
Use your power and do it now. Heroes don't torture people.
There she goes. Is it actually going to work, though, is the question. This is the opportunity Hayward's been looking for. See, she's opened up the hex just enough to let them out.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Agatha's really being one hell of a manipulator, that's for sure.
That's true. She's wanting Wanda to do this, so it's going to wear her out.
Oh no, it's also going to affect Vision too.
Yeah. Because the opening of the Hex means he's not going to be able to hold himself together. Yep,
he's weakening. He's fucking weakening.
Yep, he's starting to come apart again.
Yeah. Where's Monica? Monica's got to show up at some point.
There they go. There goes Sword.
Yeah.
This is it. She's got to make a choice. Do the right thing and let all the people free. Oh, no, the boys too. Ah, you bitch.
Damn it.
Again, yep, she closes it back up, and Sword's already in.
But Wu's not.
Jimmy's not, but there's the rest of the FBI. She's got to find a way to untether them from Westview in order to finish this.
Fuck.
There she goes. She's draining Wanda's magic. Oh, man.
Are you okay?
She's not.
Oh, sweet.
And there's Sword.
Yep. They're not even paying attention to Agatha, which is funny. Yep. Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
Damn.
Here we go.
Fucking hell. Ooh. But he is the Vision.
You are the Vision, so why aren't you destroying yourself?
Well, no, the paradox.
Yeah, we gotta use some kind of a programming. There we go.
Ooh. Wait
a minute. Here we go. Logic puzzles. Yeah. Feeling like a dick right now, aren't you, Hayward? Oh, boy.
This really does feel to me like Agatha's really training her.
No.
Oh.
Uh-oh. That's interesting. That's new.
They really doing this to the kids? Oh.
He's grabbing all their stuff. Here we go. Ooh, there you go. Oh! Took the potential energy out of the bullets. Uh-oh, watch it. Nice. Nice move, kid.
Oh.
Nice tricks. I like yours too.
And of course, now Hayward, being the coward that he is trying to run. Monica, please take him out. Uh-oh.
Oh, Dorothy!
Nice one, Dorothy. I was wondering when she was going to come back into play. Have fun in prison. Nice. Here we go. I love that somebody used a card special in this show by having Vision actually use words against his opponent. Yeah, that's pretty good.
No, but look at the debate they're having between each other.
Yeah.
Oh. Are they? Oh, the data.
Ah.
What's happening? Oh, is he tapping into it?
He realizes what's going on.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Wow.
Wait.
He's going to unlock it. He's going to unlock the data that's being kept from him.
But depends on what's going to happen now. What's going to pop up?
I'm getting more and more convinced that this is what Paul Bettany was talking about with the big cameo and this and that the actor that he always wanted to work with. There we go.
Oh.
Ooh, that's interesting.
The yellow tying in.
What in the... This is a...
Wait.
This is one of them.
Oh.
He's like, I am Vision.
Oh. He's awake.
Let's see what happens here.
Wait.
All right, no, I'll say we still got Agatha to deal with here.
Yeah.
Oh, super speed there, and there we go.
Oh, she's going in her
nightmares for a change.
She went back to one of her earliest tricks in Ultron.
Mm-hmm. Ah, the difference between you and me is you did this on purpose.
Oh my god. We're getting the muck. We're getting zombies.
So,
hold on. Wait for it.
uh-oh.
Yeah.
She managed to turn it around.
Earliest tricks.
Dang it.
Where the hell is Vision? Take control of your fear, Wanda. Wanda, come on. Take control of
Come
your
on,
fear.
Wanda, you've got this. Stop being afraid. Weston saying, so was that copy and paste when it came to Vision and White Vision? Oh, look at the crown. She's finally unlocking the power.
No. She wants it. Yep, that's what I thought.
I don't buy a word of it.
Come on. Listen to what Monica told you.
There we go.
Wait,
I'm pretty sure it's safe to say Wanda's done running from the pain finally.
let's hope. Wait.
Again, Agatha's just absorbing all of it.
Yeah.
She's throwing everything she can at her. Oh, man. We know something's going to happen here.
Yeah. What burden?
You can't handle it all.
Wait.
That's right, overloader. You want the magic? Choke on it. Well, she got it. She got what she wanted.
Wait, here we go. Yeah.
Agatha's not going to be able to control all of it.
Uh-oh.
This world you made will always be broken. Just like
Wait. There it is. She's now tied to this world.
Nope. How do you like it when somebody turns it around on you?
There it is.
There we go. What in the heck? Oh, that's what she was doing. She was casting her own protection runes. Ha 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 ha! See, Wanda, she learned.
She
She
learned.
passed around the entire hex, so Agatha has no more power here.
Yep.
In your face. Yeah, now you realize how much you done muffed up.
Ooh.
There we go. She's taking her power back, and yours with it.
I get the feeling we're actually gonna. Oh, she's gonna get old. She's gonna get old. She's gonna become like the Agatha in the comics. That's what I'm guessing because she's drained her.
Mm-hmm. Well, you got to figure being around since Weston. Cue the Sailor Moon transformation music. No, there it is. There's the vision from before.
Oh,
Yep.
wait, we're gonna see the look. We're gonna see the
look. Look at that.
That is amazing. That is amazing.
Mwah! She's like, oh, I know exactly what I've done. I've made you my bitch.
shit. Huh? Oh. Oh. She now can. She.
Yep.
She.
Goes in the rooms. Now she can do it. That's an interesting line, indicating that maybe she's going to break out of it somehow.
Yeah. The Darkhold is still there, so.
True.
Will she? Oh.
She's accepting it finally.
She's
finally made her way to acceptance. She's worked through the stages of grief.
Yeah. That look of acceptance. Yeah, that look she gave Monica. Oh.
Mm-hmm. There goes the hex. She's probably going to keep the hex right around a certain area to keep Agatha in check.
Yeah. No.
And again, the car is just straight through that window.
Yeah,
we say, what happened to the beekeeper? We still don't know what happened to him. We still don't know who those two people were in the commercials.
That's why I'm wondering. That's why the beekeeper must be Evan Peters' character. That's why I keep thinking.
Nah, I'm going to say, because remember, it said that Ralph kind of lived there beforehand.
Okay.
Yeah, it says Agatha doesn't get old because Wanda chooses not to take that much energy.
Yeah. Man.
This hurts.
This is gonna. Tommy knows. No. Billy. Billy knows what's about to happen. Billy's the empath. He knows what's about to happen.
Mm-hmm. He understands.
I'm amazed. Children are not even putting up a fight. But, that's what happened. They are part of her. Oh. Yep.
It's the hex.
Closer and closer. Oh no. Don't show it. Please don't show us this. Don't. Oh God damn it.
You can tell with how the emotional the music is getting that we're going to watch them disappear. And he's moving.
It's all closing in.
Oddly enough, this is bringing me back to Doctor Strange with the Ancient One trying to find herself a couple extra minutes just to stare at the rain.
Like she's expending so much time just so she can put them to bed. Turn the
Yeah,
lights
just so she can get the last little bit out of
Ooh.
this whole thing.
You know what's even hurting worse? This is also reminding me of that Buffy Angel crossover where Angel had to turn back time, and he and Buffy only had 1 minute left with each other. Ugh.
Here we go. And here's the trailer shot of the two of them standing in front of their window holding hands.
He's gonna tell her. Oh, must know what. Oh. Please. Please. Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh. Sad. She's the best. He's the best of her.
Well, keep in mind, we still don't know where White Vision ran off to.
And when we saw there, a part of that energy from Vision did go inside White Vision.
Yeah. We'll see what happens here.
He's not even going to tell her, is she? No, that's a... Oh. A voice with no body, yeah.
He's talking about Jarvis, and now he's talked about being made Vision, and now he's talking about how he currently is. Oh, that hurts.
Oh my god.
Here comes the Hex. And there it goes. Boys are gone. And this is all that's left.
The Hex is closing. All the realities from the TV shows, and then
there it is.
it's no I Love You 3000, but god damn that hurts.
Yeah. Yeah, that definitely friggin' hurts.
There it is, the empty plot.
The question is now, what consequences come of this? Because she can't get off scot-free with this.
But at the
We
same
know
time,
there's going to be some form. She's basically going. She's a fugitive back on the run now.
at the same time, her power, now that she's owned it, I'm pretty sure it's like a beacon. People are going to take notice now. Beings are going to take notice.
She's walking. She's not driving. So I think she's turning herself into Sword.
Paul Bettany definitely.
You see how everybody's looking at her.
Yep.
Let's see what happens here.
Will she make them forget?
Then we could go through sacrifice. It wouldn't change how they see me.
Yeah.
You don't. You don't hate me. Give me a chance. Give me power.
See, I love that she understands.
I don't understand this power. But I will.
Yeah, here comes the FBI.
Monica's gonna need to learn how to use her powers too.
Yep.
No
But
way
something tells
she-
me Carol's going to be the one responsible for that. Here she goes.
Yeah.
There it is.
Fuck.
All right. Well, we can pretty much surmise that there's going to be a post-credit scene because there has been for the last X number of episodes. So let's see what we run into. But for now,
The
yeah, I mean, we got a couple of things still up in the air. Like I said, White Vision is still MIA, so we don't know what's going to happen there. We don't know what the fallout's going to be with Hayward, although it's assumed that he's going to be arrested.
Yeah, Darcy and Jimmy will definitely have their testimony. At the same time, there were SWORD agents. I don't know if there were SWORD agents that were loyal to Hayward's vision of what he wanted to do, or if they were against it. But
yeah, there are going to be a handful of them that just followed Hayward out of just loyalty or just, hey, this is my job. This and the other.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm not saying it's all bad or anything. I get where Hayward was coming from.
Two post-credit scenes, Weston. Okay, we'll keep an eye out for him.
I understand where Hayward was coming from, but it's just the way he approached it was one thing. But one thing I'm saying is that there could be some SWORD agents, like when we saw with Monica, who were loyal to Maria. There could be some agents who were loyal to what Hayward was doing, to where they're like, yeah, we didn't like the way he was doing it, but we shared his idea.
Yeah, but again, it all just comes down to how they choose to wrap up this story. And of course, we know it's not done because we know it's leading into both Spider-Man 3, aka Spider-Man No Way Home, as well as Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So we'll see.
Weird. What's going to happen with Agatha now?
Yeah.
There we go. Looks like we're going to get there posters. Yep. Look at Woo. Look at Woo, man.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh.
Asking for you in the theater.
Who is they?
Okay, who is she? Who is she getting ready to talk to?
Jeet. Huh. Wait a minute.
There's nobody in there.
Wait a minute.
Scroll. Scroll.
Oh!
It's the one that she used to play with when she was a kid.
It's the daughter.
Fury. She was sent by Fury.
We know where she's going now.
Yep. Secret Invasion.
Well, not Secret Invasion, but
And of course, Captain Marvel too. Yeah. All right, cool.
the
Awesome.
scrolls are there. The scrolls are there, meaning that
Yeah.
we can get a bit of that Secret Invasion. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's definitely two opportunities for that. There's like we know she's showing up in Captain Marvel 2. We know that's already been confirmed by Feige. So does she also cross over in does Captain Marvel 2 lead into Secret Invasion? How's that going to work? So I don't know. Well, I'm going to say we know how they like to interconnect all of these stories and throw the dots all over the place and, beautiful mind the storylines and all of this shit. So
yeah, make it like
man,
not like a puzzle, but kind of like a
twisted web.
Yeah, a twisted web, a Rubik's Cube, where every piece connects to somewhere.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Let's see. We're still going through credits. We've got another post-credit scene coming, according to Weston. But yeah, man, this has been fun. This whole ride that we've been on for the last 9 weeks, or 8 weeks, technically speaking, because we had a 2-parter the first week. But it has been a hell of a ride, to be sure. Honestly, I'm satisfied with the ending. I think this is nice. And again, Wanda having to accept her grief and move forward with her life, which it looks like she's finally getting ready to do, is where the natural progression of the story would go. And obviously, wanting to learn to control her magic makes sense why she would seek out Doctor Strange in order to control it. So that makes sense.
Yeah. Weston, I'm not sure if that is Talos' wife. I mean, a part of me's thinking that too. But then
it could be Talos' wife. It could be Talos' daughter. That was the last. Yeah. That was the last idea that I had.
No, it feels to me it's just a regular scroll, because if that was Talos' daughter, Monica would have recognized her a bit. But at the same time,
or if she'd have mentioned a name, or if she'd have mentioned we played Uno last time we met or something like that.
Yeah. But more will tie into that later. But I do agree. I do like the fact that we still have some open threads here, meaning that we can see bits and pieces of WandaVision start showing up, not just in different Marvel shows, but different films as well. The fact that the White Vision now exists.
Oh, here we go. Okay, we're out in the mountains somewhere.
Wait. I was going to say, is it finished tease to where Doctor Strange is?
I don't know. We got a lake, we got mountains. What are we doing here? There's a cabin in the woods. What the?
I'm going to say, is that the same cabin from The Incredible Hulk?
It seems like it might be.
Oh, there's Wanda.
There's Wanda. Okay, I think I know what's coming here. She's just kind of minding her own business, kind of studying on her own, kind of reclusive. Yeah. So it's either White Vision shows up or Strange shows up.
Or maybe it's just... Oh, wait a minute.
We're heading to the back. What in the name? Oh, she's got the Darkhold and she's studying. Oh, hell.
This is what Agatha meant.
What the? She just heard Billy and Tommy. Oh, you bellends. Why would you do that? Oh, man. Okay, so that is... Okay. 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 I get where this is going now.
Damn it.
I get where this is going now. She's found a way to reach them. That's what's going to start splitting realities, and that's what's going to lead into Multiverse of Madness.
Vision, but she sure as hell have not moved on from the kids. Shit.
No. Man. Okay.
I heard their voices. It definitely does seem like it's tying into teasing the my God, just like the whole storyline of the kids, the fact that they're part of Mephisto's soul. I'm not saying we're gonna get Mephisto, but it does seem to me that we're teasing demonic dimensions, especially with
Well, let's face it. For Doctor Strange 2, could we get an involvement from Mephisto? Possibly. Is it likely? Not really. I think they would save that for, again, a Blade or a Ghost Rider or somebody who is more entrenched in that mythology.
Yeah.
But again, is it possible that could tie in? Sure. But again, we got to wait until freaking, what is it, July of next year in order to figure that out?
Yeah, next fucking year. Jesus.
All right. So let's see. We've got here. Even in the finale, they cut too soon. Yeah. I do think New Vision shows up in Doctor Strange 2 to help Wanda. Possible. We still don't know what the what the whole thing going with him is. That is obviously a branch of something that they could bring up at a later date, because that plot thread is still hanging there. Whether he shows up in Doctor Strange 2 or whatever fifth Avengers movie they decide to make, or this or that, there's obviously a way to tie that thread in somehow. Who knows? Maybe towards the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier, Bucky and Sam get a call. It's like, hey, we got a white robot flying around here. You guys might want to take care of that. And maybe that's how that finale wraps up. Who knows? All I do know is we've got a lot of stuff coming our way. We've got another 2 weeks before Falcon and Winter Soldier starts up, and then Loki gets started in June. We've got a lot of content coming, and it's going to be a hell of a joyride. That's for damn sure. So, Ryan, overall, your thoughts on WandaVision, the finale, everything that we saw today, and just your thoughts on the series as a whole.
Oh man, look, my expectation, of course, with this, as I said earlier on, I wanted to see how they would close Wanda's little arc. I mean, it was clear to me from, of course, with the whole bouncing back and forth of Wanda's grief, people not knowing if she's the good guy or the bad guy. I kept surmising this is going to be in the tales of like a Greek tragedy, to where Wanda, even though she is the hero of her story, she'd also be the cause of it. Now, of course, with that turn of Agatha showing up, yes, Agatha may have had a role in destroying Wanda's world, but kind of like in every Greek tragedy, the antagonist is only there to push or to manipulate, string along the hero to where the hero ultimately destroys their happiness, their peacefulness. Because yes, we saw in the backstory, Wanda created the whole thing, the whole hex around her, but that drew Agatha to where Agatha started putting the cracks in everything. From even now, the fact that we know Agatha showed up from the beginning does tie to every time reality started breaking around Wanda and Vision, it was Agatha. And even then, I still think with the whole series, Wanda, if Agatha had not gotten a hold of what Wanda was doing, she could have lived almost an entirely peaceful life with Vision. But then at the same time, all the residents of Westview would have been enslaved to her. So there was really no. So in all honesty, looking back at this, even of course rewatching this whole series, there really was going to be no way Wanda was going to have this happy life with Vision and children. It was all going to be happy. This feels to me more of like the better, more positive outcome, honestly.
Yeah.
This time, Wanda having to be forced to deal with her grief, to deal with the pain that she has unfortunately caused, she had to own this pain, own this grief, and now she's more of coming in control of her ability. And of course, with her after the whole hex had come down, everyone in Westview was just looking at her with a mixture of contempt, fear, some with maybe a bit of understanding, because some had said they all they feel is her pain. Okay. So there's a lot. There is definitely a lot of conviction from the, like, even Wanda says she can't change how they look at her, even though they will never know what she did. Though that's why I like the idea of Monica. When she was inside, she knew immediately everything was all Wanda, but she also knew that even though she was feeling pain, Wanda was trying to put everyone in a sense of serenity, in a sense of peacefulness. So Wanda, really going. That's why I like the idea that Wanda, she just wanted to make everyone happy. She didn't want everyone to be in pain.
Yeah, Weston here says, it seems like Agatha kept it together since the start, like when she brought the food in episode 1. Wanda would have come to her senses about it much sooner otherwise. I disagree, because it's Agatha mentions it in the last episodes that she's been trying for the longest time to snap Wanda out of this little fantasy so he could figure out how she did all of this.
Yeah.
So I don't know that that's necessarily the case. Like, I could see your logic behind that, but I mean, the character's motivation, which again, by her own admission, was to get her to snap out of the fantasy, would indicate otherwise.
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, now that we know that Vision was a part of Wanda, I can understand where he says that she would have come to it, but in the end, it was mainly who was going to be Vision that had to bring her around. Because even then, when we saw these episodes, when Agatha was manipulating things, it was Soul Vision that was noticing everything. Where, of course, Agatha started that in episode 3. But it wasn't until episode 5 to where he's going like, you clearly are not seeing everything going on here. That's why I like how 5 was really, that was what snapped her out of things. That's what the snap. But it was more she was still, unfortunately, buying into the delusion. And then, of course, Agatha bringing in Pietro kind of tied everything back in. But you know what? I do understand that Wanda eventually would have came to the realization, but it was more of where she just couldn't understand the power. That's why I think Agatha forcing her through all of this was having her realize, look, you were born with this power.
Hang on, let's address this. Weston says, "What? I thought she said she was trying to see how Wanda did it, not to snap her out of it. If Agatha wanted to snap her out of it, she could have easily cut the cords." I mean, you're not wrong, but that's the thing is, Agatha says, "I tried to be gentle to nudge you out of this fantasy, but you just kept digging your heels in." That's what she mentions. Go back and rewatch the last episode.
Agatha did say that you'd rather fall apart than embrace it, than accept it.
Yeah, you'd rather crumble than face your truth, or whatever the was.
You'd rather crumble apart than face your truth.
Here, matter of fact, I'll pull up the episode on my Disney Plus app, and I'll find the exact wording here in just a second. But yeah, continue.
And even then, with the introduction of Monica's character, as we see her having to deal with her pain, like, of course, she didn't have more time to adjust to it the way that Wanda was. But yeah, it was like she snaps, she's out of it, and then of course she has months on in to come to grips with the fact that her mom is gone, that everything, her entire world is flipped upside down. Hayward was kind of like this fucking thorn to where Monica just realized that she has no control what was happening in the world. That's why I liked in her episode, she immediately wanted to go back into space because it felt like she wanted to immediately run from this pain. But the fact that they were shut it down, it was kind of like, well, there goes my only escape. And then when she is thrown into this hex, she does see through Wanda what would happen if she continued to live in denial, which is why I liked how she was so fighting so hard to say.
Hang on, here we go. Let me see here. Because I'm watching the scene right now. Yeah, Agatha says, "I tried to be gentle to nudge you awake from this ridiculous fantasy, but you would rather fall apart than face your truth." So that's where that all comes in. So yeah, Weston says, "Good point. I think I remember that, though I wonder if it was always like that or only towards the end." I mean, that's a good point. We don't know what her motivation was at the start. We know, like at the start, it was just she felt all of these spells being cast simultaneously, and that energy and that ripple, that disturbance in the force, if you will, was what brought her to Westview. And then when she saw what was going on, she's like, this girl is, keeping, stuff going all the way at the edge of town. She's got, all these details, all this cheesy decor and all of this. How did she pull this off? This shouldn't be possible. Even with all of centuries of training, Agatha could only barely manage like simple illusions, as she mentioned. So
magic on autopilot. That's why I like the idea. Exactly. I like how she's really giving us the basic, not dumbing it down, but really giving us like, here's how I'm doing this stuff, but you do it like it takes me years in order to do one protection to successfully cast a protection room, but you're able to do all this stuff without even thinking it. On instinct. To tie it into Dragon Ball Z, it's an instinct.
Ultra instinct. Yeah, nice. But I do like what you brought up earlier, though. I do like what you brought up earlier when you mentioned Wanda's little conversation with Monica there. Like, when Monica says, they'll never know what you sacrificed for them. And she goes, it won't change the way that they look at me. To me, that brings me back to that scene in Civil War when she tells Vision, hey, look, I'm getting out of here. Vision's like, if you leave now, they'll never stop being afraid of you. And she says, I can't control their fear, only my own. So that to me is a nice little callback and a nice little nod, even if it was unintentional. It rings of a nice little reflection of that to me.
Yeah.
All right. Hang on. I do feel like that was only during the first half, since Agatha didn't like Monica trying to talk Wanda out of it. I don't think so much that she didn't like Monica trying to talk Wanda out of it. She didn't want Monica getting Wanda to dispel everything before Agatha figured out how Wanda did it. She wanted the information first.
Yeah. Because even then when Monica was in that reality, even Agatha knew nothing about her until when she got booted out. So that confrontation between them where she, like when she says, this pain, I can't get rid of it. I don't want to. It's my truth. And you see that it was starting to reach Wanda till Agatha had to step in to go, Wanda might actually convince Wanda to tear all this down before I can finally figure all this out.
Yeah.
Man, like I said, these last 2 episodes finally do give a new look.
Here's the thing. I don't even think necessarily, Weston, that Agatha wanted it to end. She just wanted to know how Wanda was capable of it so she could take that power for herself.
Yeah.
But you're right. She didn't want it getting dispelled and getting over with until she'd figured out the secret.
Well, she was saying in this episode she would keep this whole hex, this reality existing for Wanda. In return, she just wanted her powers.
Yeah.
So she can be able to do exactly what Wanda can do, create multiple hexes, be able to do transfiguration spells without having to put in that much energy and time. Because we even see in her backstory, she couldn't get as powerful on her own. So when she was reading the Darkhold, unfortunately, she betrayed her coven. And then when her coven tried to kill her, she had to absorb their power. And then even then, that wasn't enough for her. Like she still, even with all that power, she still wasn't powerful enough to do what Wanda did on a mass scale. So I do see why in that confrontation, she was slowly trying to chip all that away. I thought that, now, of course, in this episode, she is full villain. I still had this idea in my mind to where she was trying to get Wanda to accept her ability, but still be like in the role of an antagonist, like not villain, but kind of trying to nudge Wanda to wake her up. But the moment she lifted everybody in Westview, she cut the strings, it felt obvious to me like, nope, she's trying to force Wanda in pain,
Yeah. And that it became a very, very obvious thing. Like, and in a way, yes, Agatha in this was just like, mustache twirling villain. I want your power for my own, this, that, or the other. But at the same time, once she realized what Wanda truly was, I think most of what Agatha was doing in this was mainly an act of self-preservation in a lot of ways.
I do feel that too.
Yeah, because it's like, I can't have there being a witch out there who's more powerful than I am. I'm going to steal her power, make it mine, and that way I'm the only one with any actual control here.
And then at the same time,
I'm the one who is always, one step ahead. That way I can survive.
But then at the same time, with the Darkhold, she did learn of Wanda's existence through that. And of course, the Darkhold, the fact that it's a powerful dark magic book. She calls it the Book of the Damned. But even then,
I do think it is important to point out. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. That this is a completely different Darkhold than Agents of Shield.
100%.
Yeah, this is not the same book. So
that's different. That Darkhold tied more into interdimensional, and even then, that did almost slightly tie itself into Doctor Strange with Ghost Rider there, because Ghost Rider, with Robbie Reyes' Ghost Rider, he did say that the Darkhold existed in a dimension created out of darkness. And then even at the end of Ghost Rider's arc in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you see him learn to do exactly what Doctor Strange and Wong can do, create able to rip through reality to enter another dimension.
Yeah, but again, I do believe it's worth pointing out that it is a completely different book. This does not tie into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. whatsoever, because we know Kevin Feige was never really a fan of that show to begin with. So,
well, yeah. I still have not got a chance to watch the final season yet, but
I stopped right after the Ghost Rider season.
I'll admit, I have to say, season 5 is a good watch through, but it does toe the line a little bit on the writing of the characters. And season 6, I thought was good as well, but also doesn't help either. It depends on if you're not a fan of this whole group mentality of the core group of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., season 5 and 6 going to make you question you liking them. That's personally from my experience, because they made choices and decisions to where previous seasons to where it showed that they were smarter than this, but ultimately they weren't. Like
it does look like sorry, again, I know I keep cutting you off, but it does look like all 7 seasons of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. are on Netflix. So
Yeah, they are.
if anybody does want to watch them, at least you do have the opportunity. Like I said, I didn't hate the show, but like I said, after season like 4 or 5, whenever the Ghost Rider season was, that's when I
Ghost
fell
Rider.
off. Yeah. After the whole Ghost Rider and the life model decoys and everything else, I just kind of like
reality within,
yeah. The whole what was it? It wasn't called the Matrix, but it was basically the Matrix.
I know. I'm trying to remember.
Framework. That was what it was called. The framework. Yeah.
The framework.
Hated it, and I was just like, "Yep." After this, I'm tapping out.
I actually didn't mind the framework arc. Honestly, I liked how we see in a different world what the characters would have been like. I like how they get this. They get the breadth of what their lives would have been like, even though in that framework, Hydra is the one in charge. It was like it was kind of like giving us the Secret Empire arc and made into reality, even though it didn't have Steve Rogers. But I digress. I still think I still enjoyed my watching of season 5 and 6 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but it did take away my taste of wanting to see season 7 because I hated how season 6 left off. And as I said before, I thought season 5 and 6 was a complete character assassination of the core team. But that's just me. I don't know how everyone else felt about season 5 and 6 on how the writing of the characters were. I just felt to me that they really were breaking everybody down to where they were trying to force a lot of drama, a lot of infighting, to where I'm like, bigger fish to fry than everyone having to fall apart with them. It was CW writing, what they do every season with the Flash, Arrow, Legends, and Supergirl. They give us a great group within the first 9 episodes, and then they introduce this plot to where they all start fighting amongst each other within the next 10 episodes, and then wrap them all up by the last 4. I'm like, we don't need constant infighting.
No, we really don't.
Yeah.
But all right, man. So overall, though, I liked WandaVision. I think it was a very nice start to the Disney Plus era of the MCU. Obviously, we're going to get a lot more of that this year. Hopefully, by the time May comes around, we will be able to watch Black Widow in theaters because, let's face it, we've been waiting on that movie for over a year now. Well, we've been waiting on that movie for over 5 years, specifically speaking, because everybody's wanted Black Widow to have her own movie. But it is what it is. Overall, though, like I said, this was a very fun series. This was it started out fun, had enough of that mystery, really built to the mystery. I thought the crescendo and the falling action here was great. A nice wrap up to Wanda's story arc where now, even though she does have to give up, people close to her that she really loves and cares about, it's on her terms, rather than having them be ripped from her. She's like, you know what? I'm ready to let you go now. It's going to hurt. And I know it's going to hurt, but I can get through it. And she's finally coming into her own.
But
and then, of course,
credit scene. We don't know exactly how much time has been since that moment to where when she's studying the Darkhold to when she hears their voices. So it can once again.
And again, it's interesting to note in that scene, obviously she's there, doing her own little thing, a la Doctor Strange and his little checking the future, like his little seizure deal. But at the same time, there was an astral projection of her sipping tea outside, or was that an actual physical manifestation? Was it a clone?
No, I don't know. Because it looks to me that Wanda has gotten more in control of her abilities to where she can warp reality, create an illusion in there. Because even then, we see on the walls behind her that there's a little bit of runes there to where she can now do illusions. So just in case anybody is coming by, or Sword sends any drones, trying to find where Wanda is, Wanda will be like, oh, here I am, just sipping tea, living in isolation, while in secret, she is studying that Darkhold, wanting to learn everything about it.
Yeah, you could be right on that. Maybe I missed that detail, but yeah, that is very much a good point. So
because we did see is that Wanda, the first actual witchcraft she cast is a protection rune, and then it looks like from that Darkhold, she's learning to study more magic. But the problem is, I think that's going to bring in Steven, is that she's learning a lot of dark magic and not a balance of the other the other magic that Stephen Strange knows.
Yeah.
Like Agatha did say, she's rival in power to the Sorcerer Supreme. So it does.
No, she didn't say a rival in power. She said even more powerful.
Oh, even more powerful. My bad. Even more. That's why I think with her appearing in Doctor Strange, I think we might see a battle or confrontation definitely between the two of them, where Steven's going to realize Wanda was powerful on her own, but now she's learned about dark magic, makes her that much powerful than her, to where he has to realize he may have to step up his game.
Yeah. Like literally, we know that Wanda is a chaos mage. She focuses in chaos magic. And this is literally what the Marvel database, the online Marvel wiki says about chaos magic. Name of magic so powerful that it was thought to be non-existent by even the modern Sorcerer Supreme himself. The magic can manipulate, warp, and reconstruct the very fabric of existence and reality to the user's very whims and bring about total destruction to the cosmos. So yeah, it's basically she is being built up as not a rival to Doctor Strange, but somebody who could literally whip his ass.
Which is going to be interesting because I can't wait to see. Because one thing I did love about Doctor Strange's post credit with Mordo, how he was siphoning away the power of sorcerers because he felt that it was an injustice having in the world too many sorcerers. How is he going to feel if he ever encounters Wanda? Is that going to push him towards not more of is that really going to push him towards villainy to where he joins Dormammu in order to get rid of her?
Possible. We don't know what extra dimensional beings we're going to run into in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. It could be Nightmare. It could be another ploy by Dormammu. Heck, we could get Shuma Gorath, for crying out loud.
Yeah, not like in Doctor Strange where Dormammu, we only saw the existential being of him, like an actual physical version of him, maybe.
Yeah, something like that. And I hope I'm pronouncing that villain's name correctly. Yeah, Shuma Gorath is just basically a one-eyed tentacle monster. The only reason I even knew what it was is because I used to play as him in friggin' Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. So, and I remember that he was a Doctor Strange villain, so made sense. But in any case, that is going to wrap it up for us here today, guys. This has been an absolute massive amount of fun. We will be back next week. Around about this same time because we're going to do a nice little dissection of the season as a whole, give some of our favorite moments, some of our favorite lines, just to do a nice little kind of post-mortem, if you will, not to get too grim, but just a nice little kind of wrap up and just a series just a nice little series,
like
summarization / examination, if you will, next week. And then that way we will be primed and ready to start Falcon and the Winter Soldier the following week. So be sure to be here for that. Deep cut. Yeah, I mean, hey, I'm a nerd for a reason, man. I like Ryan will tell you, when I was running the Jack of All Trivia Inner Geekdom League, I came up with some deep cut questions for any of the comic book movies that I was writing for. So I am nothing if not studied in my nerd knowledge.
Yeah. It definitely changed my studying habits when it came with geek trivia, to where I'm like, I gotta expect these, not more of expecting these questions, but really read out for these questions.
Yeah, and especially now with how Inner Geekdom has expanded, not just within Jack of All Trivia, but within the movie trivia Schmodown as a whole. Now, there's a lot more studying that everybody's got to do, across the board. So. Because now, you got stuff like Alien and Predator that you didn't have to study for before. You got Planet of the Apes, which you didn't necessarily have to study for before. Transformers, which I knew it was only a matter of time before those got added.
Swashbuckling is no longer. Swashbuckling is now a category that involves adventure movies like Indiana Jones, the Zorro films, which are being taken slightly out of comic book, added into there. Even though the Phantom, Jesus Christ, the Shadow. I don't know if they're going to do Robin Hood in IG, although I think they should, because
they may at some point. I think it's a matter of time. You're right, the Swashbuckling Adventures, which now includes the Pirates of the Caribbean, and I think that's hilarious, and it's a karmic form of justice for me because everybody in Jack of All Trivia bitched when I brought Pirates of the Caribbean into IG originally. So to me, it's just a nice little form of neener. Anyway, I do think we're missing on the two big pieces of IG that I think we'll probably see incorporated in the next if not the next year, within the next like 2 to 3 years, I would say. One is kaiju movies, because let's face it, there's a whole group of people who just obsess over those. And then whenever the technically fourth film comes out, I think we're going to see Ghostbusters get added.
I really hope not, honestly, but that's me. I'm waiting, honestly, personally, until we finally get. I'm disappointed that there was not a video game movie slice.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Considering how many nerds not only read comics but play video games, I'm sure that'll get added at some point. But again, I would hedge my bets on the other two happening first before video game movies, truthfully speaking. But because as much as we know, like video game movies are and video games are a part of geek culture, not everybody watches the movies that are based on video games. And more importantly, they all tend to suck.
Well, I get it. Yeah, they're not great, but even then, like these comic book movies, they were not really done well until they got perfected.
Yeah, like I would even see like I did with IG adding view askew before adding video games, if I'm going to be truthful.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, I don't blame people if they're not going to let that in. Personally, I think they should, because you have to accept the good and the bad when it comes with the geek division.
Fair. Because there's a lot of bad comic book movies that have
good and bad with regular movies. You have to accept that with also when you want to do something with IG, because this is a conversation definitely for another time.
Yeah, we got a lot of territory to cover. Well, we've actually got to wrap it up because I got to get ready to go to work. I know you need to get some sleep. We've got another podcast we've got to record later on in the day that we've got to be ready for. We've got a pay-per-view to prep for on Sunday, so there's a ton of stuff to really get into. But regardless, we thank every single one of you who have joined us this morning, who have been with us for this entire ride. Hopefully, you guys will continue to join us in Falcon and Winter Soldier and all of our other exploits here on the channel. We super duper appreciate it. Also, be sure to follow us over on Stereo, where we do our wrestling podcasts now, which will also be available through any of your major podcast apps, whether it's through Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, all of that kind of stuff, because we will be uploading whatever we record there up to our usual podcast apps as well. So you'll find it all over the place. So we do really appreciate it. Join us on Sunday as we react to AEW Revolution live as it happens. There is a main event that I never thought I would see in the U.S. in my lifetime, and I have no idea what to expect. So I'm afraid. I am genuinely afraid.
Yeah, I've been hesitant to look at all the other certain matches like that outside.
Yeah, we're not going to spoil it for anybody who is not familiar with AEW and what's to come at Revolution, but yeah, we are in for a wild ride is all I will say.
Yeah.
All right. But in any case, folks, that is going to wrap it up for us here this morning at Shemanada Productions. We super enjoy having you guys here with us. We thank you for being here. And until Falcon and Winter, well, not even Falcon and Winter Soldier, until next week with our series recap and review, we will bid you all adieu.